Hello everyone, I'm JG and welcome back to MusicForever, where today I'm bringing you guys a brand new CD and vinyl collection update video to show off some recent additions to my collection. For today's video I only have some vinyl records to show off. I didn't have any new CD pickups between my last update video and now, but I did get quite a few vinyl records. In fact, I wasn't even planning on making another update video until the new year began after the holidays, but I just got so many records the past few weeks that I wanted to make one now instead. I'm going to do another update video probably in February at some point then to show off some of the stuff I get during the holidays. But yeah, with that said, we're going to get right into the first record that I want to show off today. Here we have Brockhampton's Ginger, the group's 5th studio album, and just a project that I do really love. I pre-ordered this on the day that it was first available for pre-order. I believe that was the day that the album was released. And yeah, I don't regret it at all. It took quite a bit to get here. I didn't arrive here until, I forget if it was earlier this month in December or if it was at the end of November, but it was very much worth the wait in my opinion, because this is a great album. Just a really fantastic project through and through. And on the back here, as you can see, you have the track listing and some more pictures. In the opening here for the gatefold, you just have some more pictures of the group as well. Like, yeah, there they are. Just some pretty typical pictures, but I think it looks really nicely and it fits the album's aesthetic. I like the light blue colorings here. And on the inside you have this booklet, which there on the front cover has some more art, and then on the back it's got more pictures and credits and stuff. And inside this book, what you have is, first and foremost, you have the track credits here, which is just, list of songs and credits and all that stuff. But then after that, what you have is a list of the names for all the people who actually purchased this pre-order of the vinyl record. When you pre-ordered it, you had an option to enter your name, and it was going to be included here in this book. And that's what happened pretty much. What you have here on these pages is pretty much this big list of names. Like, there's just a bunch of names there on that paper. I know it's probably hard for you to see, but there's just a lot of names written out here. And I did include my name here in this, not JG, because that's not my actual name. That's just a nickname that I go by. I use my actual first name, and just my first name itself. I didn't include my last name because I wasn't sure if I wanted to do that. Seems like a lot of people did include their last name, so I kind of regret not doing my last name, but I still was able to find my first name in here. And yeah, I'm not going to tell you what that is, but maybe you could look in here, see if you could figure out what it is, and try to guess in the comment section down below if you happen to have a copy of this too. But yeah, it is in here, which is pretty cool. It's kind of cool to be a part of something like this. I'm guessing that if you order one of these in the future, if they're selling more copies of this in the future, that you don't have the option to have your name included in this booklet. I'm guessing you just get this booklet with all these names already in it, either that or maybe it doesn't come with the names in it at all if you order it now. I'm not sure because I don't plan on ordering another copy of this because I already have it, obviously. But yeah, I thought that was just a really cool thing that the group did. That's probably why it took so long for the record to actually, get to me, but I don't really mind if it was for a cool reason like that. It also comes with a download card for a digital copy of the record, which I think is kind of strange because I'm pretty sure when you purchase this on their store, it gives you a download for the album already, so I believe it came with 2 digital copies of the record, which is kind of strange, but I really don't care that much. And this is the front side of the download card, which is just a little version of the album itself, which I think is pretty cool. I might even just stick this up on my wall when I go back to my dorm, just because it's a nice little version of the album cover, and I like the album cover. I think it's really nice, so having it on my wall I think would be pretty cool. And then for the records themselves here on this thing, they're also pretty cool looking. They come on this clear red vinyl, as you can see there. It looks like cherry flavored. I know it's not actually flavored because it's vinyl, but if this was like some kind of candy, this would definitely be cherry flavored. And I kind of want to taste it, even though I know it's not actually cherry flavored. But yeah, I think this looks really cool. I love the coloring of it, and it comes with two records for the project. They both look the same, so I'm not going to show both of them off. But yeah, this is just a pretty cool looking record. Overall, Ginger, great album, and I think the vinyl version of it is pretty great too. Next up, we have another one of my favorite hip-hop releases of the year, Clippings, There Existed an Addiction to Blood. Just overall, one of the best records released this year. I gave it a perfect score, so for whatever reason you had not listened to this album you definitely need to change that. And I like the packaging for this record quite a bit. It's pretty heavy overall. I like the cover art there. The backside is pretty much just the same thing. And this opens up as well to show you the inside stuff here, which is just some pictures, stuff like that, kind of like the Brockhampton record I just showed off. But it also opens up again to show off this other picture here. So it opens up 3 ways here, which, yeah, it's just some nicer looking packaging. And then when it comes to the actual insides for this itself, you have these sleeves for the records, which on them have the different tracks and the credits for the tracks. It doesn't list the lyrics on it, but yeah, and then it has the record inside, which is just on black vinyl, so I'm not really going to bother showing that off to you. But I do think that the packaging here for those records is pretty nice. One thing that I'm not the biggest fan of with this vinyl release is the fact that on the record itself, the physical release of it that is, the intro, the short little intro track on the album, as well as all the skits, aren't included on this version of the record. Like, they're just not there, which isn't the worst thing in the world, I guess, because those are probably my least favorite parts of the album, even though I do still like them. I'm just kind of disappointed that they're still not included here on this physical version of the record. I'm guessing they did that in order to fit everything onto this release or something like that. I'm sure there was a good reason why they're not here. Just as a big fan of the record as a whole, I'm a little disappointed that a few little parts were cut from it, even though they were some of my least favorite parts of the record. It does come with a download card, though, and when you do use that download card, the digital version of the album that you do get does include those skits and the intro short little track that's on the full version of the record. So if that's something that you wanted to know about, yeah, that is the case. The physical version is missing the little short intro and the skits, but the digital download that it comes with does have those included still. Overall, though, it still really doesn't bother me all that much that a few little short parts of the record were cut, because I still really got the majority of what I enjoyed here on this physical release. I think the revised track listing here that cuts those tracks out still flows together really nicely. So, yeah, overall, this is a fantastic record. I think the packaging here for it is fantastic, too. It just feels really sturdy. I think the different sleeves for the records are nice. The records sound great, too. Definitely pick this up if you're a fan of the record. The next record that I want to show off is Roy Blair's Cat Heaven. This was released back in 2017, and overall it's one of my favorite projects of that year, and it's still a record that I do really enjoy. Originally, this was released on vinyl quite some time ago on his store. I believe it was for a limited time only, and it was recently re-released for Black Friday, and I happened to pick it up for pretty cheap too. I'm not sure if you can still get a copy or not, but yeah, considering I believe I missed the original release of this on vinyl, I was happy to pick up a copy finally because I do really enjoy this record. So yeah, there you have the front cover of it, and on the back you have another picture there with the track list and which tracks are on which sides of each of the records. The thing comes with this little poster thing that has the lyrics for all the tracks written out on it, as well as some little graphics and images for all of them. And on the back you have this little picture there that's pretty nice. The record itself opens up to showcase some more pictures on the inside, which are pretty cool. And then the records themselves are just on black vinyl, so I don't really bother showing those off, and the sleeves of them aren't anything super interesting or unique. But overall, this is a really great record, one that I think a lot of people have kind of slept on, so you should definitely give it a listen if you haven't done so. And yeah, overall, great packaging, great record, would recommend it. The next record that I want to show off is Sayar with Forgotten Paths. This is a black metal release that came out earlier this year that I really loved, and I'm happy to now have on vinyl. I love the artwork for this thing. It probably doesn't look as good on your end, but in person it's really beautiful to look at. I love the band logo and how it blends in with the decaying trees in the background here. It just looks like a perfect fall album cover, which is good because the record itself sounds like it's the perfect record to listen to during the fall season. On the back of this thing you have the track list with some more gorgeous artwork in the background. Yeah, if you couldn't already tell, I really love the artwork here on this thing. And then when it comes to the record itself and the sleeve that it comes in, it's pretty nice too. On the one side you have the lyrics written out. There's not too many of them because you only have 4 songs on this thing and one of them is an instrumental, but yeah, you got the lyrics there. On the other side you have the credits for the record. So instead of having, like a booklet for all this stuff, the record just kind of combines it in with the sleeve for the record, which is pretty neat. And then the record itself comes on this like goldenish brown color, which I guess is supposed to be like the decaying trees on the front cover, kind of like paralleling that. And it looks pretty cool overall. And I also really like the fact that how in the center you have the artwork for the album too. It's just a cool looking record overall. I really like the packaging here for this project. Great album, great packaging. Give it a listen if you haven't done so already. The next record that I have to show off is TWRP with Return to Wherever. I believe either 2 or 1 updates ago, I showed off a CD copy of this record, saying that I would be more than happy to pick up a vinyl release if they put one out, because I love the record as much as I did. And they did that, and I picked up a copy like I said I would, and here it is. And I couldn't be more happy with it. Overall, this is a great release from this year, one that if you haven't listened to, you should definitely give it a listen if you're into like kind of synth funk, synth rock, stuff like that. This is a release that you should hear. And kind of like I said when talking about the CD of this thing, I love the artwork for this project, though of course now you could probably see it a bit easier. And I love the aesthetic that these guys have when it comes to like their costumes that you can see on the cover here, and just like their album art in general. I love the very summer-like feel to it, the kind of tropical space island-like feel that you have here on this thing. I love the blue and pink color scheme to it. On the back side here, this looks gorgeous once again. I love like the trees there that feel really summer-like. I love the font that they're using up here for the album title. Again, it feels very summer-like. You have the track listing here on the back too. It's just a really fantastic artwork here for this project. And then inside you have, first and foremost, a sheet with all the lyrics on it, which once again is in that pink and blue color scheme. On the other side you have this little cool graphic which has all the band members on it, which again, really cool. As I said before, I really love this band's aesthetic, their style, just all the way they present themselves, all that stuff. I'm just a massive fan of it. And then the record itself that this project comes with is gorgeous as well. Again, it sticks to that pink and blue color scheme excellently. As you can see here, the color here on this thing is a mixture of the blue and pink colors that are a part of the album's color scheme, and it just looks really, really cool. On the other side of this thing, it's slightly less mixed. It's more blue on this side, but still it looks really cool. This is one of my favorite records in terms of the color of it in my collection thus far. I just really love how it looks that much, and it sounds excellent too. Overall, this is a fantastic record. I'm happy that they put it out on vinyl. I believe it was a limited release only. I'm not sure if you could still get copies of this on vinyl, but even if you can't get a vinyl copy of this, I still recommend listening to the project. And you still might be able to get a CD copy too. I believe that that was not a limited release, but I could be wrong on that too. Yeah, either way, listen to this album and try to pick it up on vinyl if you can. Next up, I have Tyler, the Creator with Igor, another release from this year that I really enjoyed. I actually pre-ordered this a long time ago at this point. It was back either in late May or early June. It was around the same time I pre-ordered or ordered the new Injury Reserve release that came out around the same time that this album came out. And I believe I showed off that Injury Reserve record either 1 or 2 updates ago. That one came much faster. This one didn't arrive until I believe it was either the end of September or early October. It's not long after my last update video, but still, it took a bit to get here, but I don't really mind because the record itself is really great and I love this record. So yeah, on the front there, you have the cover. On the back, you just have the album title. Pretty cool stuff. This came with a poster and a sticker, which I'm not sure if those were limited only to the pre-orders of this thing or if they were stuff that you could still get if you try to get a copy of this record. The colors for them, I believe, were also random. The ones that I got were in blue, which wasn't something that I minded personally because blue is my favorite color. So that actually ended up working out rather nicely. I don't have the poster and sticker with me here right now. They're back at my dorm and stuff, but I took pictures of them. I'll try to put them up on screen, and I might just put other pictures of the posters and stickers that are maybe a bit more official and nice looking because mine probably look really crappy. But Yeah, overall the poster itself is really big, really nice looking, and the sticker, I haven't really found a use for it because I don't know where I want to put it personally, but it looks pretty nice too. I'm sure it will look really nice once put onto something. I just haven't figured out what I want to put it onto yet. On the one side of the inside of this record, you have a picture of Tyler there, and on the other side you have the credits for the different tracks here on this record. And then on the inside here, it also comes with this graphic thing, which on the one side has this picture of Tyler, on the other side it has the album cover. Pretty cool. Overall, really nice looking. And then, of course, you have the record itself, which is just on black vinyl, so I won't really bother showing that to you guys. But another interesting thing about this vinyl release comes in the form of the 4th track on this thing, which, if you remember, on the original release of the record was just a little short skit-like track. But on this version, it's actually a full-length song called Boyfriend, which ends with the short little skit that was on the original album. But now it's just like a fully fleshed out song, which was a really pleasant surprise when I was first listening to this thing, because I didn't know that was the case. But yeah, there's a new song on here for you to listen to if you haven't heard this version of the album yet, which I highly recommend doing because the new song on here, Boyfriend, is actually pretty good. It fits in with the rest of the album really nicely. In my opinion, the vinyl version of Igor is the definitive version of the project. I just feel like this track just adds a little extra to the project. You know, it doesn't really make it a significantly better record, but it's just a little bit better, you know. It's a good track. Overall, this release is pretty great. Definitely give this album a listen if you haven't done so already. The final record that I want to show off here today is the new charity compilation from the Needle Drop. The Needle Drop, of course, being Anthony Fantano, music reviewer here on YouTube. You're probably familiar with his content if you're familiar with mine, because he does stuff like my channel, just at a much bigger scale, and has much more followers than me, and you probably at least know who he is. But yeah, he put out this charity compilation in partnership with the Immigrant Legal Resource Center, and overall, it's a pretty good compilation. I did review it if you want to hear my thoughts on it. The packaging here is also really great. I love the artwork here on the front. It's very Needle Drop in nature. The backside here has some more cool artwork, and it also has the track listing for all the different songs here and the different artists performing the different songs. The inner sleeve of this thing also has some more nice artwork on it. The one side here has got this, which is pretty cool. The backside has that, which is, again, pretty nice. And then the best part of this record, in my opinion, actually is the record itself, which comes on, if you probably couldn't already guess, yellow flannel colored vinyl, of course, because it's the Needle Drop, and those were of course going to be the colors used here. And yeah, it looks really cool. I love the artwork on the center part as well. It's just really nice looking, and the music itself is pretty enjoyable too. Again, I really like the packaging here, really like the music, really like the cause behind this as well. And while I don't think you could still pick up copies of this, at least new, from the seller of this originally, unless you're going to get like a used copy from someone else, if you stream this record, you could still support the cause behind it if you're interested in doing that. But yeah, overall, this was a cool release that I'm happy I was able to pick up. But yeah, with that said, that sums up all the new additions to my record collection. Overall, like I said before, I got more stuff in the past few months than I was initially expecting, so expect another update sometime in early February, like I said before. I'm going to be showing off some of the new additions I happen to pick up during the next few weeks during the holiday season. I would probably be able to put it out sooner. I just don't want to put one of these out and then another one like a few weeks later. I like to kind of space apart these record collection updates a bit, so I'll probably save that video until sometime in February. But yeah, overall, some really nice records I showed off today. Again, give them a listen if you haven't done so already. And leave in the comment section down below some of your newest additions to your vinyl or CD collection or whatever music collection you happen to have. It could be cassettes or even digital music if you want. Please share in the comment section down below. And while you're down there, make sure you also leave a like on the video and subscribe to the channel for more music-related content. Things like more CD and vinyl collection update videos, more album reviews, track reviews, things of that sort. We have year-end lists coming right around the corner, so if you want to see that stuff, make sure you subscribe too. Again, thank you for watching this video, and stay golden.